Sometimes when you make a stop-motion short film or some other project that involves miniatures, a two-dimensional set piece can be great too. You can use it to spice up your background, for example. It doesn't take as long to make as a model, but when placed thoughtfully, it can still create the illusion of depth. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been working on a secret project lately that involves lots of such 2D art. So today I simply want to show you how I made a house in that style. I'll be using pencil to line it out, watercolor and crayon for coloring, and a 0.28mm tip black ink pen. I simply start free drawing. When I do that with a house, it often turns out Victorian. I don't know why. Probably because it has so much opportunity for little balconies and towers and crooked rooftops, porches and decorated window frames. I think they are just more fun for artistic drawing than Bauhaus or Brutalism, for example. I'm drawing on a special watercolor pad, by the way, which for once has a very heavy paper that can absorb a lot of water without becoming mushy, and it is also glued down to the pad on all four sides so that it doesn't get wavy. And you actually have to cut the page off with a knife after you're done. But when you work with watercolors the way I do, that paper is actually worth it because I do multiple passes, one to get a basic color filling, more passes for structures and light shadings, then another one for really dark areas. Also, the thick paper helps later with gluing the drawing down. I use hard watercolor pits as well as tubes, by the way. I don't really prefer one over the other, but I totally recommend these water-filled brushes. I find working with them to be so much more comfortable than having a glass with water and dipping your brush all the time. Also, you can keep brushing, letting your color become thinner and thinner and thinner forever, which gives you so much freedom. So when my paint is dry, which goes pretty quickly, I do all my outlines with this pen, which I think is the best pen in the world for drawing. If anyone cares, it's called the Uniball Signo DX in 0.28 from the Mitsubishi Pencil Company, which is from Japan. They also have a 0.38, which is also great. So I outline everything, but of course, that's a stylistic choice. Some people like doing that, some people hate it. I remember my art teacher in high school telling us we should never do black outlines around our stuff because there weren't black lines around anything in real life, which I think is a great argument if you never want to draw things that aren't from the real world. But back to the task at hand. When everything is outlined, I cut out my house and transfer the shape on another piece of sturdy cardboard, cut that out, check if it's a little smaller than my original because I don't want to see an orange edge around my house. it brickwork because pure watercolor looks a bit unhouse-like, I think. I think the whole thing is still not stiff enough, so I do another layer of cardboard. Glue a wooden stick on the back and glue that stick to some scrap pieces of heavy plywood, which will work as a foot to stand on. I did another stick because I glued the house on a little angled, so I bent it into being straight with the second one. And voila! There is a pretty 2D set piece to decorate your stop motion set or miniature train backgrounds. If you want to stay posted on the project these figures are for, subscribe here or just follow me on Instagram. Have fun drawing and see you in the next episode. Cheerio!